Hi, Toasty.
Hello? What?
Toasty, don't be a bitch.
No.
Toasty's not being a bitch.
That's my bad.
Hello.
Welcome to IRL Tier 1, the first race of the season here in Spa. I have Dan with me. He's probably not going to be here the whole time, but Dan is in the VC.
Nope. I'll probably be here for like 5 more minutes, then swap over to the stream.
Smart.
Because I need to see how my drivers do and not crash out like I did yesterday. Honestly, they were making me lose my mind yesterday. After quali, I stopped watching. I give up.
Rip. Hopefully your drivers do really bad again.
Well, one of them is Lewis, so is expected.
Probably.
The other one's Volcano, which I have more trust in.
Just waiting on people to ready up. I don't know why we haven't yet. Dan, who do you reckon's gonna win this first race of the season?
Do you want my stupid prediction or?
Your honest prediction.
I'm gonna go with Scarenzi, to be honest.
Yeah, that's probably a smart call.
I'd hope for Mark or a Williams driver, but gonna be Scarenzi, I'm guessing.
Alright, we'll be starting qualifying here shortly.
Good luck, mate. Mine is the one you read.
I don't know exactly what that means, but
No.
I don't know. I'm kind of scared to commentate. Hi Andrew. I'm kind of.
Oh, don't be a bitch.
I know, but I feel like there's a lot more in the line with Tier 1.
Not really. It's just a bunch of people going around in circles for like 40 minutes.
I
Same with
know,
Tier 2.
but Tier 1's a lot better, and they take it a little more seriously than Tier 2.
Well, yeah, you do have drivers in Tier 2 playing pinball.
But we'll hopefully I'll do good.
I don't know. I'll let you know in the chat if you're doing shit or not.
Oh, thank you.
No problem. Right, I'm gonna hop over to the stream now.
All right, love you, Dan.
Love you too, Toasty.
Andrew mentioned with the pinball. Come on, Panda. What are we doing, man? All right, Max. What about you, dude? Come on. Let's get this rolling, dude. I'm ready. I'm fired up. My own league race, I got P4 after qualifying 13th. That's how my day has been going pretty so far. I'm not Lil, bro. Bro, I'm not. Okay, Dan. Bro, Dan, you're gonna get it, bro. You're gonna get it, bro. I swear to God, bro. Who is gonna be the first to exit the pits? Who's gonna be the first? Don't quote this for me, but I heard that if you're the first person on the grid to exit the pits, you get a free point. so. Alright, looks like Solzy will be the first person out. Driving for McLaren today. Looking very good in that orange. Like there's a Sinzaka for the Ferrari is also out on track now. B-Dog has joined us. Thanks, B-Dog. Randro is also exiting the pits. Same with... Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. What is this name? Focona. Focana? Focana? I'm probably saying that wrong. Focana is out as well. Also Raven West. Eston is out. I can say that pretty good. But Solzy is the farthest along on track. Foconia. Focona. I'm being told three different things, bro. Andrew is telling me Foconia. Dan is saying Focona. Ana? Focoana? Focoana? Soul's having a little bit of spin on his outlap. That's not going to be great for his tires. Focoana. That's a stupid ass. I'm not fucking saying that, bro. I'm just going to call him Fo, bro. That's going to be way easier. And then Mars Impulse, I knew that. Soul's crossing the line to start his lap now, using a lot of his battery to push himself across through the first corner. Looking very, very nice as he heads up Eau Rouge. We're going to go on board with him as he crosses. Ston also starting his lap for that kick Sauber. Same with Foe. DRS will be active for Souls in that 8th gear. What can he do here? He is the first to set that lap. 15 people, so track won't get completely rubbered in by the end, but it should be a little. Soulzy using a little bit of that curb. He did not go over, so he's not going to get stuck there. 3rd gear through this little roundy bit, looking very, very nice as he heads down into Sector 2, into the thick of it, seeing where he can go. Soulzy going to be sitting pole position, obviously, since he will be the first to set across the line. But you never know. Soulzy through this little area here, not exactly sure what it's called. And then this little bit here also probably has a name, not exactly sure. Across that Sector 2. Starting Sector 3, obviously going to be the purple Sector 2, but what will his pace really be? They're the S's. I don't know why you said S's like that, but okay. Bus stop chicane will be next for Souls, as he will maybe run into a little bit of traffic there, but they'll be very kind and pull out of the way for him. Soulsy maybe a little bit of a snap there. Wheel vibrating, and he'll cross the line 1:44.6. We're going to jump right over to his Ston, as he'll be crossing the line very, very shortly as well through the bus stop chicane. Taking a little bit of a weird line. We'll have to see how that all plays out. 45.6, so second slower. B-Dog on a lap. Foe goes fastest at the 44.1. Probably going to be happening a lot here. Sinzaka almost across the line now. Having a lot more battery to burn that he didn't use. 46 flat, so he can definitely go faster. Randro goes fastest, but it's beaten by Raven West, who goes 43.2. So Raven West are fastest out right now. One of the only people to set a time in that 43, but then again, not everybody has set a lap, so there's still time. The Mercedes of King Cobra's yet to set a lap as he invalidates, which is going to be a little unfortunate, especially early on with that lap. B-Dog on a lap for the Alpine, heading through that sector 2. Scarenzi looking very nice in his Red Bull, coming off of his world champion for drivers and constructors. So he is the man to watch. Can he hold up pace on this new game? Show that he can win another one for Red Bull. All will be revealed today across the bus stop chicane. Very early on the power. DRS being used. 42.4 for Scarenzi. So he'll go fastest by almost a full second. Showing why he's very fast. Why he won the drivers. Andrew, the Automod is asking me if your message should be allowed for bullying. But I'll allow it. B-Dog going to be across the line here very, very soon. Lewis setting a P6 for that 44.9. Golden Sniper 44.55. B-Dog goes third with a 43.3. So still a second to find to beat Scarenzi. Max for that Red Bull. Looking, or Mark, sorry, not Max. Mark for the Red Bull. Helping his teammate win the World Champion Constructors. They are a very fast duo, so we'll see where Mark can put himself in relation to his teammate. Maybe Red Bull should be maybe looking for someone faster if Mark can't put himself towards the top here. Across the line, 43.2, putting himself P2, so I retract my statement. Red Bull should definitely be keeping him. Panda with a 45.9, looking very good in that P12. Max setting a time for the 8th place, 1:45.1. So definitely time to be found here. And then Impulse on a lap, having a little bit of bump. That rear ride height definitely a little low. Gonna lose you time there as you bump over that, so he might need to look into his setup, see what he can fix. But he'll be going through the S's now and about to start his Sector 3. What can he do there? 1:14.7. Not sure exactly where that lines up with everyone else, but he'll be continuing to head through this Sector 3. What can he put in here? That is everyone's question on mine, especially Andrew. Andrew is Impulse's team principal, or sporting director, sorry. So he's definitely going to be rooting for him. Across the bus stop chicane, not early on the power, but DRS, ERS active, both going. What can he get? 1:43.1, putting himself P2. Lewis is down in P10 with a 1:45.5, basically. Looking very nice for that Williams. Can Lewis win another one? We'll have to see. Golden Sniper, who is a slow driver. I think my game just crashed. Yes, it did. Well, that's unfortunate. I don't know why that happened, but that is very upsetting. I have no idea what the results are now, so I'm going to be trying to get back in ASAP. Seeing if I can maybe put something in. So I do apologize. Not exactly sure what everything's looking like right now, but it's rough. Come on, please. I'm so sorry to everyone who is watching. I've just been given a great thing for this. So yeah, the timing pretty bad there, so I'm gonna need another invite at some point. But now I know the names of all the corners and the corner numbers, so I do appreciate you for that, Andrew. Front right was on 80% for your hot lap. That's not good. Just DDoSed me? How? I closed my computer. You can't even see my screen. So, no, you didn't. I'm pushing to get back in here. There will probably be changes for the grid. We'll have to see what all of these are. I don't exactly remember all of the standings that we're in. I'd love an invite now that my game has started back up, Lewis. I do apologize for that, guys. That's not what I wanted. Yeah, pushing back in. During the F1 world, I forget exactly what I was saying, but it was something like he's edging. Always try to throw in some fun there, but game is loading. So I do once again apologize. So purple sector 1 with that 80% tire. That's crazy.
World Championship, 5 times, mate, 5 times.
Please. Pole position will actually be Lewis Lost Wool. Yeah, you missed it. My entire game just shat itself, Andrew. Yeah, Lewis is on pole position, setting the fastest time ever recorded in human history with a 1:30.2. So Lewis will probably win this one if we're being honest. With that lap time. This is probably gonna get copyright striked. Alright, I'm loading back in. What have people been setting now that I've lost a lot of time? This is the first time that this has happened, so I do apologize. My first Tier 1 commentating experience, not going exactly how it should be, but it's whatever. Oh. Alright, Scarenzi is still on pole position. We'll join him for his lap that he's currently on now, so this is perfect. But yeah, Scarenzi still on that P1. Raven West, 142 Ford, put himself in P2. Ranro P3 with that 42.8. Impulse 143.1. We watched him set that time. Mark with a 143.2 in that P5. B-Dog 143.6. Foe 143.6 as whoa. B-Dog 143.3, sorry. Oh. Hello? I'm gonna mess around with my graphic settings. I feel like should not be doing all this. Oh no. Oh no. Maybe I do need fired. Oh my god. I think my game might have just crashed again. It did. Okay. Oh no. Please don't continue. Oh my goodness, bro. This is the worst news I've ever found out since 9/11, bro. Bro, it's not my fault. Qualifying doesn't even matter. Everyone just skips right to the frickin' race, bro. We have the formation lap for me to talk about qualifying, so no issues. Now if this happens during the race, that might be an issue, and then I might get fired, but... my game is loaded back up once again for the third time
Lewis,
in this stream,
congratulations for the 7th title. I couldn't have done it better.
including the original time I loaded up for it. This is very frustrating for me as it is for you guys. My guess is that Scarenzi is still holding that provisional pole position. P2 is probably someone else. Same with P3. And the rest of positions are also probably changed. Alright, I need another invite, please. Someone please give me an invite. Okay, well, just waiting on an invite now. Once I get this invite, I can start commentating again, but I was up 8/10 going into the final sector with 40% battery. Well, rip. Alright, maybe this time my game won't shit itself. Only time will tell, though. It was working just fine earlier today. I don't know why all of a sudden it's deciding to do this. If this happens again, I guess there will not be a stream. I'm just kidding. I'll probably work around it more. Scarenzi still pole position with a 42-1. Raven West 42-4 for P2. Randro P3 with that 42-8. B-Dog 42-9 for P4. Impulse 43-1 for P5. Mark 43-2. P6. Foe 43-6. P7. PA goes to Souls 44-1. Senzaka 44-9 with a 9th place. Max 45-1 for 10th. Lewis 45-1 for 11th. Golden Sniper 45-5 in the mud for P12. Eston 45-6. P13. Panda 14 with a 45-9. And then King Cobra 46-4. Could still happen. Anything could still happen here. It is still have a little bit left in qualifying. We missed all of qualifying. And so I'm watching someone on a lap. I'm watching Scarenzi on a lap. Raven West about to cross the line. He is 3/10 down as we join him. Can he put himself in front of Scarenzi? No, he cannot. 42.208 is the time. Randro also there, but not going to be finding something faster. Going to Impulse. He's on a lap now. 4/10 down as we join him. Using that battery. But he's going to run out, I think, before we can cross the line. So it's going to be very close to see if he can keep up his time. Can he qualify better than his teammate? That is everyone's question. He goes and goes around the bus stop chicane. Where will he land? Nobody knows. To the line. 8/10 down. 42-3. Putting that P3 spot. Andrew calling it. I'm so glad we joined him for that. Scarenzi is the only person to not cross the line. But that will be your qualifying over and done. P1 will go to Scarenzi, setting himself on pole position. Very nice. Raven West, very, very close. Takes that P2. Impulse, P3 to round off that. P4 goes to somebody. P5 goes to someone. P6 goes to Mark. P7 goes to somebody. All right. Yeah, so Scarenzi will take your pole position, followed by Raven West to round off that top row. Impulse, P3. And then Randro, P4 will round off your top four. B-Dog, P5. Mark P6, Foe P7, Soulsy for that McLaren P8, Senzaka, P9. Max, P10. P11 goes to Golden Sniper. Lewis, P12. Panda, P13. Aston, P14. And King Cobra, 15th. Hopefully there's nothing weird in my screenshots. It's raining! Just like for Tier 2. It is going to be a rainy one here in Spa. This is definitely going to mix up the grid. I think I do see Inters out. Could we see a dry line start to form? That is the question, though. Lewis saying, it's over, I'm cooked. Andrew saw smiling friends in my screenshots. Yeah. So just waiting on the grid. Obviously, we have this rule about readying up, so it'll be a second. Also, I'd like to turn your attention down to the bottom of the screen. Can't have like a little cursor, but if you look at the bottom left of the McLaren little wall, it says Dick Pic World. I don't know why Dick Pic World is sponsoring McLaren, but go right ahead. I guess money is money. Looking over qualifying again, Scarenzi, pole position for the first time this season. Scarenzi coming off that World Drivers' Championship and the World Constructors' Championship. So he'll be looking to continue that streak, seeing if he can't run away with this season once again. Raven West for that P2 for V-Carb, so it'll be the Battle of the Red Bulls for the front row here, seeing which is better. Original Red Bull or sugar-free Red Bull. Impulse, coming out of nowhere for that Alpine, takes that P3 spot. It'll definitely be interesting to see where he can land himself after the start. Impulse, starting that P3, will put himself behind Scarenzi, so maybe he can just follow him through and hopefully keep that P3. Randro for the Aston Martin, I'm pretty sure that he raced in Tier 2. So it'll be interesting to see where he can put himself on here. Maybe Tier 1 is Tier 1 is better for Randro, holding that P4 spot. He wasn't too far off the leaders, only 0.6, so could improve, but obviously not going to be in the mud here. B-Dog for Alpine, that P5 spots, qualifying worse than his teammate by quite a margin. Mark, also being out-qualified for his teammate for the Red Bull, will take P6. They're looking to get some pretty good spots. I did not say that he didn't, Andrew. I was saying that maybe Tier 1 is better for him. Because he's going to be faster. And he looks like he's going to be fast. Jesus, Andrew. Gosh. Anyways, Mark takes P6 for Red Bull. He's going to have to maybe push a little bit, show his teammate, hey, I'm not Yuki Tsunoda. I'm Sergio Perez. Back when Sergio Perez was good. Foe for the Williams will take P7. Dan is probably pretty happy about that he didn't put himself in the wall, just like Dan did as well. Solzy will take home a P8 for qualifying for that McLaren, out-qualifying his teammate quite a bit. Senzaka for Ferrari, the only Ferrari on grid. Golden will not be in the points. There's no way that Golden gets points today. Inters Racing League. It's like the imposter. Max for Mercedes. Mercedes not having the greatest of weekends today. Golden Sniper getting very out-qualified by his teammate. I mean, Solzy was P8, and then Golden P11. Wow, that's definitely quite a bit of a jump. Golden Sniper's going to have a little bit of work to do to make himself in the points, but it is definitely possible. Lewis takes him a P12 for Dan. for qualifying. I like how I'm saying this as if like these are the final race results. But yeah, Lewis getting a P12 for qualifying. What can he do with that? We'll have to wait and find out. Panda P13 for Haas. Haas coming off of what was a pretty good year for them, getting P3 in the Constructors, and they could have taken home a Constructors Championship. But they had a little Toast Boy driving for them for Vegas. And then Aston for Kick Sauber. And then in the very back of the grid will be King Cobras for the Mercedes. The formation lap will be underway now. Remember, there is that rule where if you overtake intentionally over the formation lap, you get penalty points. So we'll have to wait and see if anyone breaks that rule today. Looking through the grid, Scarenzi will be starting us off. Looks like it is just going to be a all-out Inters race. Based on that AWS prediction, looks like it's going to be a one-stopper here. Just enters. So far, everyone is being good little boys. Randro in this little area here, he is pretty far back of Impulse, but he's just keeping his tires very nice and not used at all. B-Dog. Oh, a little bit of snap there. I don't know what he's doing on his wheel. Mark back here following. And then Foe, Solzy, Senzaka, Max. Golden Sniper's a little bit behind, just like you will be in the race. And then Lewis, also pretty bit behind, just like you will in the race. Panda right there, Aston, and King Cobra. Scarenzi continuing to try to warm up his tires. Now, there has been some talk about the formation lap. People have addressed concerns about tire wear, and others have addressed concerns about tire temperatures. So it'll definitely be interesting to see what strategies some people take. I think Scarenzi is maybe going for some warmer tires, maybe taking that tire wear. Raven West may be doing the same thing, although maybe not, as he takes the bus stop chicane very, very slow. I don't know what all of that's about. Impulse, maybe trying to warm up his tires, maybe trying to save that tire wear. Randro! Oh! God! That scared me. I'm so glad that Impulse ghosted there. Wow. B-Dog will line up on grid. Same with Mark, Foe, Solzy, Senzaka, Max, Golden, Lewis, Panda, Aston. Oh. Golden getting disqualified for parking too far back. Rip. Alrighty. Well, we will go 5 red lights, and for the first time this season, we are underway here in Spa. Who will get off the lead? Golden Sniper up. Oh, Randro up. But Impulse takes the position right back. B-Dog keeping his position. Golden Sniper finding his way up. Randro up there. B-Dog, Mark, Solzy getting a position. Golden Sniper getting a couple. Max up. King Cobra having a great start. Aston having a pretty rough start. Lewis up into P12, just like where he was, battling with his teammate through Eau Rouge. Senzaka P14, that's not going to be good for him. Panda all the way in the back there. Raven West gets the overtake off of Scarenzi there, so looking very nice for him. We're going to look at some position changes right now. So yeah, so this top 6 really hasn't changed much, just Scarenzi and Raven West swapping positions. Solzy up 1, Golden Sniper up 3, one of the biggest winners here. Max moving up 1. King Cobra, I think, is the biggest winner. He started in P15, now finding himself in the points already off that first little turn. Foe down 4 spots, down into 11th, but Aston up 2 positions for that kick, as he will battle with one of the Williams, setting foe off track and taking that position for himself. Lewis down a position, foe dropping down 5. I forgot to mention that. Senzaka down 5 as well, and Panda down 1. Raven West will continue to lead this race as we continue going through Sector 3 now. Impulse will continue holding his P3. Randro looking very nice, but maybe dropping out a little bit, so he's going to need to find a little bit of pace to stay up there. I think Foe and Aston fighting a little bit. I mean, it's going to be a little Williams sandwich here, but the Williams of Lewis is going to get past him very nicely and very easily. Raven West will continue to lead the race. Panda looking at something for Senzaka. Can he make it happen? Not enough traction, though. Gets bumped by Senzaka on the exit, and he'll not be able to find something there. Senzaka all the way back there. King Cobra has lost some positions to Aston and Lewis. Foe, with his teammate behind him, probably going to be a little more comfortable now. That he doesn't have to worry about really fighting someone as hard as he might need to. Max into 9th, looking at the back of Golden. Can he make something happen here? On to Chicane, we'll have to see. I don't think he's close enough. It would have been a major big send, so probably smart there. B-Dog has made the overtake on Randro. Mark now looking for an overtake on Randro. Does he have the traction for it? Yes, he does. Randro will be down into 6th, losing 2 positions in that one sector. Probably not going to be the greatest for him. Solzy looking at the back of Randro now. Randro not using ERS. Now he's on medium, so I don't know why I'm giving the flashing red light, but okay. Randro is going to be still looking at the back of Mark, but Solzy is here too. What can Souls do? And Lewis, not Lewis, sorry, Golden Sniper dumping into the gravel there. That was a little bit chaotic. Golden Sniper is going to be very far off his teammate, but maybe he's just securing his teammate points, as Max will be looking for something off of Golden, going on the outside, making that overtake. Not going to be contact, but Max is going to go wide as he overtakes, playing it very safe. They're going to continue battling into the bus stop chicane. Can Golden make the switchback happen? No, he cannot. So Golden's going to lose that position. Fighting in the back here of Panda and Senzaka. Senzaka losing the position, not having the grip that he wants. Astal looking in the back of that. Oh, red light because of rain. That makes sense. So Raven West will continue leading our race. Impulse is going to drop so far back of Scarenzi, but B-Dog is probably going to let him just have that podium. I don't see B-Dog maybe trying to mess any of that up. I'm sure B-Dog would like to have a better position, but I think in cases like this, it's almost smarter to let his teammate have the better points and get a good position for everyone. Mark has been pretty far back, but he is able to find himself up. Solzy still looking at the back of Randro. Will he be able to make a move here and put the McLarens in a better spot? Max pretty far back. He's not going to be in that fight at all. Same with Foe. Golden Sniper dropping almost a second back from Foe. Can Golden Sniper catch up? I don't know. I don't think so. Lewis is probably going to catch Golden Sniper for those points positions. King Cobra also wanting to get back into the points, but I don't know if he's going to be able to. Panda and Senzaka still fighting. Aston right there, so he's not given up just yet. Scarenzi has found some time to Raven West somewhere. I don't know where, but somewhere he has, so he's going to maybe look for something on Raven West if he can get the opportunity to. Impulse 3 seconds back, so he's going to be still trying to push and push. What can he do there? B-Dog. Maybe finding a little bit of time on his teammate, but not all that much. King Cobra is going to get the move off of Panda through the bus stop chicane. Panda is going to Burn some battery, though. Can he catch up to King Cobra? No, he cannot. Sinzaka looking at the back of them. We're going to get a good view of this little battle here as they may be fighting up through Eau Rouge, but they're not going to go too wide. Probably the best idea there. Maybe he will, though, as he gets a good run, but he will not be. There's not a line forming just yet. Give it a couple more laps. Maybe there will start to be something, and we might be able to see some dries and slicks coming out. Max, look at the back of Foe now. What can Max do here? Can he do anything? I don't know. Solzy is still looking at this grid. I mean, he's looking at Mark and Randro fighting here, swapping positions. Souls, if he can get on this action, can find himself some better points. B-Dog has lost time to his teammate. It was 1.6 at one point. Now it's 2.2. So that gap has definitely been formed. If B-Dog was smart, he would maybe pull a little bit of a Liam Lawson at Monaco situation. Let everyone get held up by him so that he can let his teammate have a better position. Randro has been pushing and been able to break off from Mark. Solzy will be looking at Mark now. It'll just be a fight between them now, unless Randro slips up and brings him back into it. Solzy having not the best of runs through that chicane, isn't going to be able to put any power on their foe. Looking at the back of all of that. Max also back here. Golden will find himself still in that points position with Lewis behind him. So Lewis is definitely trying to push, trying to see if he can catch up to Golden. King Cobra and Sinzaka fighting, taking both of them off track. That's probably going to be looked at by the FIA. That'll be fun. I kind of said I missed it. And then Panda will be that P15. Sinzaka and King Cobra continuing to fight. Are they going to go too wide down Eau Rouge? With the rain, that could be very scary, so I think King Cobra may be backing out. I don't know if he just didn't have the grip or what, but he definitely backed out of that. Am I looking at this right? Did I just see DRS active? Hold on. No way that there's DRS. But I swear, I saw that DRS. I'm not going crazy, right? I don't know, I guess we'll find out. I guess there really hasn't been a gap. And I just assumed that there wouldn't be a DRS because it's kind of raining. Eston will be using all of his battery. He's going to be maybe a little low on fuel. He's going to have to work to catch up. Maybe he thought there was going to be a little bit of a safety car here. There has not been. Panda looking at the back of all of this. So now, no, I saw DRS. I swear I saw the DRS thing. Scarenzi dropping back quite a bit from Raven. Same with Impulse. Raven showing his speed and the slick condition. Look, we're gonna watch these fight. Eston will be getting, I guess one of them will have a DRS if DRS is active. Look, right here, look, his DRS is open. His DRS is open. There is DRS in this slick condition. But these four guys will continue to fight for 0 points. Definitely an intense one for the 0 points. Lewis getting that position on Golden. Probably because of the DRS that actually does exist. Very similar situation here. Williams looking at the McLaren. Can the Williams make another move happen here? Proving that the Williams is McLaren's daddy. We'll have to see here. Solzy is looking at the back of Mark. If Foe couldn't get the overtake on Souls, I think Williams will be proving that they are McLaren's daddy. Maybe dominating them a little bit. Forcing Lewis... Oh! Raven West will be the first to pit. Is he going to go on to Slicks, or is he going to stay on the Inters? He's going to go back onto Inters. Foe getting the overtake on Souls as Souls dips into the pits. So that's going to be great for Williams, showing that they maybe are the better team. Kind of early here to pit. Lewis into 8th because of all the pits. But yeah, they're just pitting onto new Inters. Maybe having a little bit of better grip they want. Sinzaka will pull away from that group that was all fighting there. Maybe he feels pretty good on his tires while the rest don't. So for the first time, Sinzaka won't be fighting with anybody. Solzy, P10, looking still at the back of Mark, so no jumps there. Lewis, P8, he still has to pit. Same with Max. Foe into 6th, but he still has to pit. Raven West, P5, he was leading the race, and then he pit very, very early, showing everyone else that they might need to pit. So we'll have to see if Raven can find himself back up there into that P1. That is going to be interesting to watch Randro through this section. B-Dog has caught up to Impulse, and Impulse has caught up to Scarenzi. I think B-Dog might be getting DRS here. I think he definitely will, so maybe it's time to swap the Alpines. Maybe it's time to give B-Dog the front and have Impulse tag on the back. If I was the Alpine team principal, I would definitely be doing that, but Impulse dipping into the pits, so Football Dog, B-Dog will be leading the race for the first time this race, having us a new leader. Scarenzi into the pits, Impulse in the pits, Randor in the pits, Raven West, where will he come out in relation to all of them? He'll definitely get them 8 seconds back from B-Dog, so I think B-Dog definitely going to be losing time there. Foe to 4th after not pitting. Impulse P5 going to be P4 after he can catch Foe. Ranro P6 going to be P5 after Foe. Lewis P7, Mark into P8. Solzy P9 not being able to catch up any to Mark. Max and Sinzaka in the pits now. Max going to be coming out P10 right behind, not right behind, but he will be technically right behind Solzy. Golden Sniper is not going to have any grip as he tries to sling himself around that corner 1. Sinzaka still in the pits, going to be coming out here. Was the overcut better? It's going to be close, but I think it was. Sinzaka did pull away from this group a little bit. Quite a bit, actually. 3 seconds is the gap. 2.7 now. Probably as he tries to warm up his tires. Lewis losing a position to Mark, but Mark is very fast, so not the biggest of issues. Lewis, don't be too discouraged. Panda and King Cobra swapping positions as they head through the chicane to... oh! I really hope that was just lag and that Panda was not booted across the circuit. A little bit of a tap there as King Cobra loses his position. Is Ston looking at the back of them. King Cobra is getting our first penalty of the race. And yeah, Impulse has overtaken Foe. Foe has not pit yet. So, that's not going to be the greatest for him. B-Dog now, in that first spot. 6/10 is the gap to Raven West, who was leading this race, and they're, oh, down at P12 is points. Oh, I didn't know that. I guess I'm just stupid. Foe in the pits now, so Mark will be getting that position. Very nice. Will Lewis overtake his teammate? Yes, he will. Solzy right in the back of Lewis. These two are going to be fighting for quite a bit, I do believe. Solzy getting a good run. Yep, he's going to overtake him right before that DRS detection zone. So I think Lewis, if DRS is still active, he's going to have the DRS here. He's going to push a little bit. But yeah, look at that. DRS will be active. He's going to be using all the energy he wants, making that overtake. No, he's not. He's going to stay behind Solzy there. Foe behind his teammates. Max in P10. Golden Sniper P11. 5 seconds back. And Senzaka P12. Panda and King Cobra still fighting. I think they've dropped back from, or Ston has maybe dropped back from them a little bit. B-Dog still leading this race, but he's losing time to Raven West. Maybe B-Dog is hoping that he can last until it is time for the slicks. And it does look like maybe it's slowed down on their rain. Lewis has dropped away from Souls, proving that Souls is maybe the better driver. B-Dog will finally dip into the pits as we get a new fastest lap of the race for Raven West. I think Scarenzi might have a new competitor, and that be Raven West. Impulse will be getting that position off of B-Dog. B-Dog will not be too far back, though. Not going to be able to stay in that DRS, unfortunately. Randro looking at the back of the Alpines. Mark is also there. Solzy 8 to 7th. Lewis down to 8th. Foe P9 looking at a run on Lewis. Are the Williams going to swap positions here? Yeah, maybe. Foe is going to have so much battery to spend, as well as the DRS here. I think Foe will be getting the overtake done. Lewis going on the inside. Foe burning battery. They're going to swap positions like I had called. Lewis into 9th. Maxon for the Mercedes P10 all alone. Golden Sniper maybe a little bit in the mud as the Williams swap again. Golden Sniper way in the mud. Impulse getting a penalty now. Aston getting a penalty, and Rain Rose looking at the back of Impulse now. Foe and Lewis swapping positions again. The Williams need to figure out this quickly, otherwise they're going to continue losing time to Solzy. Solzy in P7, obviously. Randro still looking at a very close overtake to find himself that P4 spot and start hunting for the podium. King Cobra getting the position off of Stott in the very back there. But Impulse giving that position very cleanly to Randro. Probably not going to try to fight it very hard with that penalty. Mark is barely hanging in there. Solzy pretty far back for Mark. Foe P8. Lewis and Foe have stopped fighting due to Dan's wishes, and we're halfway through the race now as Lewis pulls into the pits. Has anyone else not pit yet? This would be here. Lewis is the only one to be trying to do the one stop. I don't know exactly how that's going to happen, but we'll see if that works out in his favor. Golden Sniper now. Going to be getting that position very nicely while Lewis is in the pits. I think Senzaka might also be looking at that position. Will he get it, though? That is the question. He's going to be very, very close. Where is Lewis? Lewis is way up there. Oh, I wasn't not even close. What am I thinking? Panda, P13, losing, Panda losing, I don't know what I'm trying to say. Words are not coming to my brain. Estad in the pits. He'll be the first person to, pit twice as he, goes for a new wing. Maybe he hasn't. No, he has pit twice. Yep, there we go. It just wasn't showing it. Mediums. Oh! Yeah, Impulse is on hards. Max is on hards. Lewis is on mediums. And Aston is on full wets. So a little bit of a different strategies here. I don't think it is time for slicks. But maybe they know something that I don't. We'll have to see here. Impulse looking at the back of Randrow. This is definitely going to be a tell of which of the tires is fastest. I think it's the Inter. I don't know who told Impulse to go on the hards, but they need to be fired immediately. Same with whoever told Max to go on hards, and the same to whoever told Lewis to go on mediums. Yellow flags out for Aston. Aston on the full wets. Probably doesn't have the grip that he wants. I don't know why he went with full wets when he still have another Inters. But I guess I'm not him, so I don't know. Raven West still leads our race. Very dominant from him. He has led almost every single lap. Scarenzi P2, he's dropped back quite a bit. B-Dog also been dropping back from Scarenzi. Randrow for that Aston. The hards not showing that they are the better tire here. He's going to go wide there. Probably going to get a warning. We can actually see. No, he is not. Interesting. It looked like he went wide. King Cobra is getting another penalty here. Solzy going wide, but he's staying comfortably in P7. Foe right behind him, though. Can Foe get a good run on Souls? Maybe through the bus stop chicane, we'll cross into Sector 3. We'll jump back to that battle maybe a little bit later. But yeah, Impulse has dropped back about 6/10 from Randrow, so I don't think those slicks were ready yet. I don't think they'll ever be ready. As Impulse sliding around a little bit. Saves it very nicely, but that was kind of close. Souls and Foe will be fighting now. Yellow flags out for Aston again. Aston not finding any grip. He's going to get lapped by Raven West. Is there going to be any incident here? Blue flags are out. Aston not impeding whatsoever. Max is going to get the jump on Souls as Souls goes into the pits for mediums. Hey, Soulsy. It's not dries. This is not dries condition. Why are we pitting for dries? Golden Sniper is going to be right behind his teammate. This is definitely going to be the question of which of the tires is better. We're going to follow this a little bit. Yellow flags out for Aston as he gets overtaken by even more people. I think that was B-Dog now. And Randrow and very quickly will be Impulse. Golden has gained quite a bit of time on Soulsy. Through the chicane now. Where will Golden be looking for an overtake? Oh. That did not sound like it was fun for Golden. But not a lot of time being lost here. Aston finding himself stuck on track. I don't know what the ruling on this is. Raven holding that P1. Scarenzi finding a little bit of time to him over the past couple of laps, but B-Dog has not found any time whatsoever. Randrow not finding any time, so he's going to be keeping his virtual safety car out. I don't know what that's for. Doesn't look like there's a crash at all. Looking for broken wings. Did Golden? Game, show me Golden's wing. Show me Golden's wing. I think Golden might have gotten a penalty. Or not a penalty, a broken wing. I think he might be the reason for the VSC. That's Don retiring. And I think I'm right. I think it is Golden. I think he did. Break his wing. Saubered out front wing. Max getting a drive-through. But yeah, look at Golden's wing. He's going to get a new one. Sinzaka is going into the pits. Is he going to be pitting for Slicks? Yes, he is. So everyone coming in for the Slicks. I don't think it's Slicks weather. King Cobra into the pits now. Panda in the pits. I think King Cobra might be serving his drive-through though. So everyone else thinks that it's time for Slicks. Mark pitting for new enter, so he doesn't think that it's time for it yet. Obviously. Impulse has been on those hards for quite a bit, not been able to make them work too well. Ranro, that P4 still. B-Dog holding on to the podium. Scorenzi P2 and Raven West P1. Being very dominant here today. King Cobra's on the hard. Panda pitting to the enter, so everyone's on a different strategy here. I don't know. This does not look like Slick's condition. Unless I'm just missing something, this is not Slick's. Randro into the pit. I think he might be going for Slicks. He's going for new enters. So what is the play? Is it Slicks or is it enters? I don't know, man. B-Dog P3, Scrudzy P2, Raven West P1 as always. Impulse into P4. Now that Randro has pit, but Randro on the fresh enters. What can he do with them? We'll have to wait and see. Mark on new enters as well. Foe on new mediums. Max on old hard. Solzy on newish mediums. He's going to be looking at the back of Max. He's going to have the fresher tires, the softer tires, but it's still wet. So I don't know exactly how all of that's going to come into play. Lewis, 4-lap old mediums. How is he going to be holding up here? Golden Sniper on new mediums, then P11. Zaka new mediums, P12. Panda new enters, P13. King Cobra P14 with new hards. I think Raven West might be our winner here today. Now is the question though, does he pit for another set of enters or Slicks, or is he going to try to do the entire race on these tires? I think we're going to find out, yep, as he pulls into the pits. Will Scorenzi follow him in? Scorenzi might be holding out another lap. We'll have to see what he does. He goes into the pits. B-Dog also following into the pits, so the top three all into the pits now. Impulse will be right there. Where can Impulse put himself? Very slow around the chicane. So Raven pitting for new enters. B-Dog pitting for new enters. And Scorenzi pitting for new enters. So the top three all think alike, like me. They all think it's still enters condition. Impulse will be right there with this pack. There comes out Scorenzi. There comes out his teammate B-Dog. So maybe the hards are going to work. We'll have to see if he loses his positions anytime soon. Ranro also on new enters, like we had seen. Mark P6, his teammate P3 now. Although he's going to get that position because of the, whatchamacallit, the penalty. But he also might get the position on track as we head through the chicane. He is very close to Impulse here. This is really going to be a question of which of the tires has more traction now. I think Scorenzi and Impulse will be testing out this theory. Which one has more grip? Which one is better to be used right now? They're going to go a little bit side by side, but Scorenzi's not going to be able to make anything done. Impulse still holding on out in front on the old hards. Are the hards the better tire? Are the slicks better? I don't think so, but Scorenzi may be feeling a little bit of that. He's going to go for the move on Impulse, and he's going to make it done very cleanly. But Impulse is not done fighting. He's going to stick with him through that section. But Impulse isn't going to have any pace. B-Dog right there with him. I think it's time to swap the Alpines once again. Let B-Dog on the new Inters fight for that P2. So I think maybe Impulse holding up his teammate as he's going to be fighting with Scarenzi through the bus stop chicane, but he's going to let his teammate by. Just like I said, maybe they have the stream open and they're taking team orders from me. That would be kind of bad. I'm not a great person to get team orders from. Rainrow, P5. Mark holding that P6. Not having the greatest pace today, as he could be up there with his teammate, but he's not. Foe, P7 on the mediums. Everyone else is on slicks in the back here, except for Panda. Solzy also on the mediums. P8. Max, P9. Luis, P10. Golden Sniper, P11. Sinzaka, P12. Panda, P13. King Cobra, 14th. Raven having a very dominant day here today. Showing by he is in first by 10 seconds. Scarenzi P2, but right behind him is B-Dog. Can B-Dog make anything happen in the last couple of laps here? Just 5 more racing laps. So B-Dog could find himself even higher on the podium. It's just a question of will he be able to have that pace? It's going to be very close. He is going to continue being in the DRS of Scarenzi, just barely though. He's going to be holding on and clinging on. I think it's maybe time to use a little bit more of that battery. For him, everyone else kind of just stuck in their position and not really getting any time. Lewis may be getting a little bit of time to Max. Max with the 9-lap old hards. So his tires are probably feeling it, but so is Lewis with the 6-lap old mediums. But Lewis might be able to get a good run for Max here with the tire compound difference. Raven West setting the fastest lap. I think maybe the rain is continuing to die down here. Or maybe he's just using more battery. B-Dog, 6/10 now to Scarenzi. Definitely that DRS helping. 22 laps is 50%. It's Spa. These take like 2 minutes. I guess not 2 minutes, but usually it's a minute 45. And so I think they only do 45 laps of racing in real life. B-Dog, DRS active. Using all the battery, he's going to get the overtake done on Scarenzi, but Scarenzi is going to be right there. How much battery does Scarenzi have compared to him? Not very much. They're about equal, so now it's just an all-out race. Who has the smarter strategy? Rainrow is going to be getting that position off of Impulse now, so it's not going to be the greatest day for Alpine, as they could have had a 2-4. But with Impulse's penalty, he's going to be dropping down to P5. Oh my God, I just had a nasty ass voice crack. Randro's probably going to get the overtake done here on track, as the Impulse's very old hards are probably feeling it like crazy. Mark here in P6, he's not going to be able to find any time really. Same with Foe, Solzy way in the back. Max and Lewis now fighting. Lewis on the mediums, while Max is on the hards. There's a 3-lap difference to them. Raven West setting another fastest lap here. Just a couple laps left of racing. I don't think it's going to be... I don't know if Slicks is the right call. I think if we look at everyone, just about everyone, with the exclusion of Panda, who's on Inters, is in the top 6. Impulse spinning in the pits. He's going to be pitting under what his move is here. He's going to lose that position to Mark. So he's going to be feeling that. Yeah, he's going on Inters. What? Yeah, Impulse out. He might be losing that position to Foe as well, but Foe is sliding through that turn 1 on the mediums, so we'll have to see if those are better, but he's not going to have the time. Souls will continue being PA. I wonder if Max is going to have to pull into the pits soon before he gets a puncture. I think that's maybe the reason why Impulse did that. Lewis, I don't know what happened to him, but he's dropped back quite a bit. Golden Sniper P11, showing that very big gap between him and his teammate. Sinzaka P12, and then Panda P13 on the enters. King Cobra P14. Matt's getting a penalty. So so if Lewis can just push a little bit, he'll get that position. Been a very boring race here, just all about strategy, really. With it being wet, so that's how it usually is. Raven will be holding out his P1 spot, looking at the back of someone. That is King Cobra's Mercedes, as he's about to get lapped here. I think Raven West maybe could have gotten him a little quicker, but I wonder if he wanted that DRS, if he even knows the DRS is active. But it has been turned on, so he might be going for another fastest lap attempt, making the lap on King Cobra. Scarenzi and B-Dog still right close to each other. Gap being 8/10. Slowly dropping. I think B-Dog might be able to pull off a second place here. Scarenzi in P3. He was on pole position, remember? So that's going to be definitely a little bit of a drop. Range Row into P4. Mark P5. And then Impulse P6. Foe into the pits now, onto new enters, so Solzy will be getting a free position. Into P7 for him. Foe coming out of the pits on P8. Although he's going to be within the DRS, just barely of Souls, I think. So maybe he'll be getting a good run for Souls. We'll have to see if he does actually get the DRS. No, he does not. Oh no. Max P9, Lewis P10, Golden Sniper P11 as he drives into the gravel. Maybe letting Sinzaka catch up to him so they can have a little bit of racing fun. Panda P13 way in the back here, same with King Cobras. Two more laps of racing left here. Randro crossing through the bus stop chicane. Not a lot of action left to happen. Impulse on the brand new enters will be getting a little bit of time to mark here as they head into the bus stop chicane. Impulse is going to have to find 3 seconds to mark if he passes him to make the position stick for that P5. Otherwise, he'll be continuing with his P6 attempt. Five tenths is the gap. Can something happen? Foe looking at the back of Solzy now. Souls only has to defend for 2 more laps. Can it be done? We'll have to watch. Otherwise, everyone else's positions is basically concrete. Scarenzi still looking in the back of them. Yeah, Impulse making the move on Mark. Impulse showing off his brand new enters, showing why maybe it's smarter to pit later in the race for that. Foe looking at the back of Solzy now. He's going to have the DRS off of Solzy. He's going to be burning battery off of Solzy. And he's going to make that move very cleanly, very fast. Souls not putting up any fight. I think maybe Souls isn't done just yet. But maybe his tires are telling a different story here. 7 tenths now. The gap, 8 tenths. 9 tenths. Is he going to drop out of DRS? Yes, he is. So I think Solus is just done and lost that position. But Raven West crossing the line for one of the final times here in Spa. Starting our final lap. Panda getting a move done. Not at all. I don't know why I said that. What? I don't know what I was thinking there. But Panda onto the softs now. I don't know if that was smart. He's going to be getting a time penalty. Send Kaka into 12th, looking at the back of Golden Sniper. Can he make something happen on this final lap to put himself in greater points? We'll have to wait and see. Lewis heading through that sector 2. Same with Max, Foe, and Solzy. Mark going to be crossing that final corner one more time. Impulse also there. Randro pretty far back, but Scarenzi and B-Dog still fighting through Sector 2. Raven West looking very comfortable out there. B-Dog is now going to be looking at the back of King Cobra and Pandas as they come up. He's going to be getting their dirty air. He's going to be wishing that they get out of his way very, very soon because this dirty air could affect his race. He is looking for a podium, so if he can get around them, he's going to be looking even better. He's going to be all in that dirty air. What is going to happen here? Are they going to get out of the way? No, they are not just yet. What is going on? They do need to get out of the way at some point. King Turbos is going to hold up B-Dog quite a bit. There's going to be ERS being used now. I think he might be trying to get out of the way of him so he doesn't get any more ERS issues. Dirty air issues. King Cobras is going to get a penalty, as he should, for not getting out of the way fast enough. They're going to be going into the bus stop chicane. I missed it, but Raven West crosses the line for the final time, showing his very dominant win here. B-Dog and Scarenzi basically fighting up to the line, but B-Dog is going to get it. Scarenzi takes P3 for that podium. Randro for the Aston crossing the line for the final time, taking up a P4 for the Aston Martin team. Impulse taking up a P5, looking very nice, showing very strong pace for Alpine. He started off pretty rough. Those hards definitely were not the play, but he brought it home in the end as Mark is spun. So Foe is going to get that free position up into that P6. Williams is going to be happy. Mark still... Oh, does Mark have a puncture? Is that why he's slow? Yeah, look at that back left. He has a puncture. Oh, no. Foe will take home P6 for Williams. Solzy will come across the line on 9 lap old mediums, taking home that P7 for McLaren. Max and, oh, Mark spitting out at the line there on bus stop chicane. Max across the line, taking home a P8. For Mercedes, the only Mercedes to get points here. Mark just going to be literally crawling across the line. Lewis taking home a P9 for Williams, and Zaka taking home P10 for Ferrari. I don't know what about the other people. But this has been your spa race here for Tier 1. Taking home the very, very dominant win will be Raven West. P2 will be the Alpine of B-Dog. P3, the previous world champion. Uh-oh. 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 Oh no. Oh no. I might not be able to get results for the race. If someone else can take a screenshot of the results, please, 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 because my game is just shit itself. I do beg that I get results, bro. Otherwise, I'm going to be crying. I have messages from people. I don't know where from. I'm scared, guys. I'm scared. I don't know the results. I don't know who got what. Oh no. I know, I'm glad that it happened now instead of earlier in the race. But that has been your spa race here. Not like I said, not exactly sure what happened. I don't know. Finishing positions, I do apologize. I do thank you all for joining me. But I have been your host, Toasty, here for Tier 1 at Spa. I thank you all for joining me. I will not be here next week, but I will be here the following week.